Now, your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. A close call tonight in Hamden after a forest fire broke out and then doubled in size in minutes, thanks to strong winds requiring air support to control.
It happened off Route 202 in Hamden. Hamden Fire Lieutenant Chris Leopold says they located that fire about a mile into the woods around 5:45. He says heavy winds caused the fire to double in size within the first 5 minutes. Several nearby departments provided mutual aid, including Bangor, Newburgh, and Herman. A Forest Service helicopter was called in to provide support from above, dropping loads of water, as you can see there, over roughly an acre of burning woods. The fire was extinguished after about 3 hours. Investigators haven't yet determined what exactly sparked the fire.
And in other news tonight, a fire at the Juniper Ridge landfill Monday evening has left residents in Old Town wanting answers, and they are speaking out about their concerns. Our Matthew Jurancic has that story.
If you can envision, like when you're going down the interstate and the University of Maine has the football field lights on, there's that glow in the sky. Same thing, except it was a red glow.
Neighbors who lived in the nearby area say fire crews were called to the Juniper Ridge landfill around 8 p.m. Monday night. Firefighters in Old Town, Alton, Hudson, and Bradley were assisted by Casella employees in battling the flames. Casella Waste System runs the state-owned landfill. The company's director of communications, Jeff Weld, said there were no physical injuries and damage was limited. However, residents were worried about what specifically was burning inside the landfill.
We were concerned with what's in that landfill. And when you burn that, is there going to be any toxic fumes, any carcinogens?
The fire prompted residents, Penobscot Nation citizens, and environmental advocates to speak out, calling it an environmental disaster.
This fire last night is really an example of the dangers that are posed from this massive landfill. It's a huge environmental injustice.
Weld said that the company, quote, takes the responsibility to operate Maine's state-owned facilities seriously and are committed to protecting Maine citizens and natural environment, end quote. Sanborn says this is not the case.
There was absolutely no plan. What do we do and who does what if that landfill catches on fire? There's no plan.
He also says the company needs to be more responsible and show real concern for residents.
Do you know how many people from Casella called their only neighbor here yesterday to find out if we were okay? Nobody. It's time for them to stop saying, we're a good neighbor, we do the right things, we know this, we don't, and act like a good neighbor.
In Old Town, Matthew Jurancic reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news, the Maine CDC has confirmed one person has died from Powassan virus. The agency reported an adult from Sagadahoc County developed neurological symptoms and died while in the hospital after becoming infected, likely in Maine. Cases of Powassan are rare in the U.S., with about 25 cases reported each year since 2015. Maine has identified 15 cases since then, including 4 in 2022. However, 2 of the individuals who contracted Powassan in 2022 died of the illness, making this the third recorded Powassan death in Maine since 2015. People acquired the Powassan virus through the bite of an infected deer tick or woodchuck tick.
The construction of a 145-mile transmission line in Maine will be allowed to resume now that the state has removed a suspension order on the project. The Maine Department of Environmental Protection said Tuesday that the New England Clean Energy Connect project is no longer suspended as it had been since fall 2021. The ruling came less than a month after a jury decided developers had a constitutional right to proceed with the $1 billion transmission project. Now, that project is designed to supply up to 1,200 megawatts of Canadian hydropower to the New England power grid. That is enough electricity for about 1 million homes.
A local city has received more than $1 million in grant money to combat the ongoing firefighter shortage. Our Devin Dagnalt has that story.
The City of Ellsworth has received a $1.2 million grant from the Federal Emergency Management Agency in the hopes that the money will help counter the current firefighter shortage.
So this grant is a 4-year grant, and like I said, it's designed for the recruitment and retention of volunteers. Its goal is to infuse up to 80 volunteers into the system over 4 years.
According to Ellsworth Fire Chief Scott Guillereau, the Staffing for Adequate Fire and Emergency Response, or SAFER grant for short, will be used in 2 ways. One application of the grant is the recruitment side. The grant reimburses fire departments for any advertisement or marketing that they may do to get new volunteer crew members.
How do we get the message out that we need volunteers? Is it just word of mouth? Are we becoming a part of career days? Are we print media?
The other application is the retainment side. Once volunteers are on board, the same grant money can be used for their training and safety gear. As far as the volunteers that are already part of the crew, the grant money can also be used to further their training and pay for some of their education while working with the fire department.
It's meant to aggressively recruit, but it is also meant to hold and sustain the ones that are already here.
Ellsworth isn't the only fire station to benefit from the SAFER grant. 6 stations in the Ellsworth area, including Orland, Dedham, Hancock, Mariahville, Trenton, and Lemoyne, all have access to the $1 million grant.
Well, I think this helps them out a lot operationally. Most of the departments around us don't have the budget that the City of Ellsworth does, so the current budgets that they have going through approval processes now won't be adversely affected by new firefighters coming on board, because that money's going to come back to them.
In Ellsworth, Devin Dagnall, EBC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, it could be a 1-2 punch for fruit crops in Maine. That deep freeze in February already means many peach trees may not produce fruit this year. Now, with a cold night expected ahead, farmers and gardeners will need to take extra precautions to protect their apple trees and other crops tonight.
There are different nutrients that you can spray on, which I did last night. I put on a nutrient spray. It brings that freeze temperature down a degree or 2. Not a lot, but maybe just enough to save you a lot of buds.
Well, the critical temperature farmers are looking for is 28 degrees. If it drops to or below that temperature, it could result in rusting, frost ring, or even completely damaging the fruit and turning the buds black. For those of you at home that may have already started gardening, your best bet is to bring your plants indoors, or failing that, cover them with a blanket to help trap any heat rising from the soil. And it definitely, we are feeling the chill tonight for sure, not just in the air when it's still, but that the wind is definitely of a chilly nature for sure. So unexpectedly kind of getting my knit hat back out and putting on a sweatshirt. Right. Yeah, was not expecting to have to do that.
I think a lot of people put their winter jackets kind of away for the season,
right.
And some of those had to be dug back up today with those high winds, really making it feel colder than it was out there. Kind of wondering what that effect might have on the crops as well. Like just wondering if wind chill factors in there too. But definitely covering anything up will help to prevent some of that as well.
Well, certainly the wind chill will influence the overall temperature, so assumedly it will have some effect.
Right.
Let's get a first check of our forecast and see what exactly is coming our way tonight.
All right, thank you. Your first weather is brought to you by Webb's RV. Check out the spring and summer specials, our RVs and campers. Don't forget, we have the sharpest pencil in town. And let's talk about temperatures. Whew, a cool one today. 51 here in Bangor, also for Bar Harbor, 48 Millinocket. And then tonight's going to be even colder as the clouds out there now are going to break up this evening after a couple sprinkles and even a few flurries across the region today. The clear skies tonight means radiational cooling, and many of us dipping our toes in the low 30s for low temperatures, and that will likely give us a freeze warning tonight with those low temperatures down near 30. That gets out of here tomorrow morning. A very nice day on deck for tomorrow. Our forecast ends tonight, though. We're talking about mostly clear skies and low temperatures down in the low to mid 30s. Your full forecast is coming up.
So presumably with those temperatures, the fruit trees should be safe.
Absolutely.
Chillier than they want to be.
Yeah, but
safe.
Still good to see people taking those added precautions. But yeah, looks like we're in the clear there.
Alrighty.
Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, the cost to help Maine agriculture recover from PFAS is now being estimated at more than $80 million. We'll hear from local farmers.
And our David Ledford will take us to Bangor's newest sober living home. Those stories and more local news when we come back.
Hood, our love for New England inspired New England Creamery. We make it with premium Hood milk and cream, then we overload it with the good stuff. Like Green Mountain Mint chip with a rich, fudgy swirl. Maine Sweet Blueberry with real delicious blueberries. And Cape Cod Fudge Shop, packed with fudgy truffles. Hood's New England Creamery, from Hood, for New England. Try all 13 flavors.
Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage, doing business the right way every day.
Pepper's Landing is the definition of authentic Maine dining. Named in honor of our grandfather, the primary focus at Pepper's Landing is offering a variety of fresh, locally harvested seafood to all. We take pride in our quality and selection, but it doesn't end with just seafood. We also offer delicious selections of burgers, pasta, steaks, and more. So stop in to any of our locations and see what Pepper's Landing is all about.
We open books. We open minds. We open up possibilities when we invest in their higher education. Invest in your child's bright future by opening a NextGen 529 account today. To learn more about NextGen 529, investment objectives, risks, and costs, read the program description available at nextgenforme.com. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan.
I'm looking for a partner that I can invest $250,000 in. I'm looking for my next food star.
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars, May 24th on Fox.
Coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll get a special glimpse of the activities at the Glenburn Schools Field Day event. Plus, we'll see the views on top of the Thomas Hill Standpipe in Bangor. And we'll get some updates about the Juniper Ridge landfill, which has been shrouded in concern since it caught fire a few days ago. These stories and more coming up.
Welcome back. The cost to help Maine farmers affected by forever chemicals is now estimated at $82 million. Brad Rogers spoke to Maine farmers and brings us more.
Farmers at the Portland Farmers Market are some of the lucky ones who never spread PFAS-contaminated sludge on their fields or had it run onto their land.
They were told that it was safe, that this was a good source of, nutrients for the soil, and it was cheap, which is always a selling point for farmers because we're always strapped.
As a precaution, Heather Donahue had her organic farm tested. They found nothing. But she knows plenty of farmers who suffered high levels of PFAS contamination in their dairy cows and crops. And she thinks they deserve every bit of that $82 million, the current cost of helping farmers for lost crops, meat, milk, and other PFAS-contaminated products.
A lot of the farmers that are getting affected are young families that are just starting to build their businesses, can't, harvest their crops. They can't sell anything from their land.
So you think that money should go directly to farmers to make up for their losses?
In part, definitely.
Maggie's farm at Mulberry Creek in Bowdenham were surprised to learn their goats tested for high levels of forever chemicals. They'd never spread sludge. They went an entire summer without selling milk, only to learn the state was using the wrong test. There was nothing wrong with their goats or goat's milk.
They told us right up front that basically said everyone would be reimbursed for like milk that was dumped and that type of thing. For us, it's pretty minor. It's going to be 20 grand.
The State Agriculture Department has been working closely with farms with degrees of PFAS contamination. State officials have run comprehensive tests on their water, land, crops, and farm animals. They've also assisted in mitigation efforts, helping farmers transition to crops unaffected by forever chemicals. Jan Goranson knows farmers who have transitioned to other crops.
So they aren't doing root crops for sure, but they can do fruiting crops.
New at 6, the state plan for the millions in the PFAS Emergency Fund, how the money will be used, and when affected farmers can expect to see some of it.
And that was Brad Rogers reporting. A group aimed at helping those in need has opened a new facility in Bangor. Our David Ledford spoke with those involved about what it means for the city.
The whole idea is safety and affordability for men and women seeking recovery.
The newest Fresh Start Sober Living home is now open to those in recovery seeking an alcohol and drug-free environment. The Highland Avenue location comes after the Fresh Start group received nearly $400,000 in American Rescue Plan Act funds from the city. In addition to the $600,000 Penobscot County Commissioners awarded Fresh Start in December. Some say the opening of the building has come at just the right time for the city.
There's an incredible homelessness crisis right now. There are so many people that are unhoused in Bangor, and they have substance use disorder, mental health disorder. We very quickly got overwhelmed with applications. We had 8 beds over there, and within a few months, I had 40 applications on the desk.
This property is now the group's 13th home. One resident of this new location spoke about what increased access to resources like these means to them.
I think it's great to have places like this. When you're in active addiction, a lot of people just don't know where to go or don't know where to start. I never thought I would be in a spot like this a couple of years ago, but now that I'm in it, I'm glad that I'm able to help guide other guys.
There are currently 91 residents in the program, and Fresh Start President Scott Party says each of them works together to foster a community environment.
Anybody that lives at Fresh Start is accountable. We have a lot of rules. They have to attend meetings. They have to keep the house clean.
For application information, view this story on our website at foxbangor.com. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, certainly there is a huge need for treatment and recovery services here in the state of Maine.
Right.
So I think it's always a plus when you see at least a few more beds become available.
Yeah, expansions of those services are never a bad thing anywhere, especially in Maine where, that's definitely an issue.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, we'll have the latest from the southern border in the wake of Title 42's expiration.
And the legality of mifepristone looks more and more likely to go before the Supreme Court. We'll have those stories and much more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get a $6,750 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
When the Davises booked their Verbo vacation home, they didn't know about this view. Or the 200-year-old tree in the backyard. Or their neighbors down the hill. But one thing they did know is exactly how much they'd pay. Because Verbo is different. You see the total price up front. Of course, it's good to leave room for some surprises.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can do all your favorite beach activities, like spikeball, whitewater rafting, shrimp boils, wade fishing, or hanging with the locals. You can say that again.
You could save up to $1,200 with affordable 3.99% financing on an all-wheel drive Camry. And every Camry comes with 2 years, no-cost maintenance and more.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Well, there's still no deal on the debt ceiling, and without an agreement between the president and congressional Republicans, the country is on track for a catastrophic default as early as June 1st. But there are signs of hope after President Biden's meeting with congressional leaders and negotiators on Capitol Hill. Fox's Mark Meredith has more from the White House.
I'm confident that we'll get the agreement on the budget, that America will not default.
Before departing for Japan for the G7 summit, President Biden expressed optimism a deal can be reached to raise the nation's debt ceiling. The political battle, which has stretched on for months, will continue even while the president's abroad. But the White House is warning time is running out to reach a deal.
Schumer and the president saying all along, I won't negotiate the debt ceiling, they have to be separate. You don't have the time to play those political games anymore.
Republicans say they are willing to raise the debt limit, but are also demanding spending cuts. Among the ideas, allowing the government to claw back unspent COVID funding and impose stricter work requirements for some federal aid programs. Democrats say giving in may eliminate access to some Americans' health care and push others into poverty.
Nobody will get everything they want in these discussions, and I hope nobody draws red lines in the sand.
Without a deal, the federal government will run out of money to pay its bills as soon as June 1st. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen warning the consequences could be dire.
A default could cause widespread suffering as Americans lose the income they need to get by. And the resulting income shock could lead to a recession.
While the president will be in Asia for the next few days, he is expected back in D.C. on Sunday, and he says he will update the American people on where these negotiations stand at some point this weekend. At the White House, Mark Meredith, Fox News.
Well, with Title 42 now expired, Homeland Security appears to be trying to send a message to migrants that there will be consequences if they cross illegally. Fox's Bill Malugin has more from Brownsville, Texas.
Now that Title 42 is a thing of the past, the Biden administration is putting a major focus on messaging. Critics have long said the White House should be showing more images of deportations to demonstrate there are consequences for illegal crossings. And now, that is what they're doing. This video was released by CBP on Tuesday, showing groups of migrants who crossed illegally into Texas being sent back to deep southern Mexico. Another video released by Immigration and Customs Enforcement showing a deportation flight from Miami to Honduras, part of a broader effort to counteract propaganda from cartels and smuggling groups.
We know full well that the smugglers will continue to use the transition in authorities at our border to spread disinformation to migrants.
The idea is to show migrants that post Title 42, if you cross illegally, you're not just getting bounced back across the border. You're going to be sent to your place of origin, where you'll have to restart the journey all over again. Border Patrol is hoping that will serve as an incentive for migrants to use legal pathways, including the new CBP One app. But some say they're tired of waiting for their turn, and they're planning to cross any way they can.
We are going to see if they are going to give us an opportunity in this country, because in our countries we cannot be safe with the people who are there.
And with resources here still stretched thin, the governors of Idaho and Florida are sending their National Guard soldiers here to the border at the request of Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Reporting in Brownsville, Texas, Bill Malugin, Fox News.
Well, another high-stakes abortion battle in court today. At stake, whether a popular abortion pill can remain on the market after challenges to its FDA approval. It could also set up a bigger fight that goes all the way to the Supreme Court. Fox's Lauren Blanchard with more from Washington.
The Biden administration is back in court to fight for the future of mifepristone, a widely used abortion medication.
We've been very clear. The Biden-Harris administration is going to continue to fight for women's health care, for women's reproductive rights.
Mifepristone has been FDA approved since 2000. It's used in many early abortions that are done with a 2-pill regimen. It's also prescribed to help with miscarriages. The Justice Department, representing the FDA, is arguing the pill is safe in an overwhelming number of patients.
But I don't think there's ever been any court that has vacated FDA's determination that a drug is safe to be on the market.
The case is before a conservative 3-judge panel on the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans, and they sounded skeptical.
Why not just focus on the facts of this case rather than have this sort of FDA can do no wrong theme?
On the other side, a group of anti-abortion doctors arguing the FDA did not appropriately approve the pill and that it should not be available by mail nor in the U.S. market.
FDA marketed mifepristone by labeling pregnancy and illness.
Then FDA stripped this drug of virtually every safeguard it had once deemed necessary in order to sell the drug.
According to a Fox News poll, 2/3 of Americans say abortion pills should remain legal.
An expedited decision could come within days or even weeks. The losing side will almost certainly ask the Supreme Court for final review. Until then, mifepristone will remain widely available. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
A national drug shortage is threatening thousands of patients getting treatments, even for some life-threatening diseases. And for one cancer survivor, that shortage hit close to home when he couldn't find a chemotherapy drug he desperately needed. We go back to Fox's Lauren Blanchard for more on that story.
Everybody thinks, oh, it won't happen to us. And then it did happen to us.
This is Brooke and Ryan Dwars. Ryan, a father of two, has been battling pancreatic cancer since 2021. He beat the cancer, but then doctors found spots on his liver, and there was more bad news. The medicine he needed was in short supply.
It was very nerve-wracking to be so close to the end and then kind of being told, oh, we gotta change things because we don't have the drug.
Unfortunately, the Dwars are not alone. Drug shortages have been growing worse, from cancer medicine to antibiotics and generic cold medicines.
We're in the United States of America. We should not be having this problem. And now that we see that there is a problem, we need to act quickly before it gets out of control.
The shortages have been made worse by supply chain issues, manufacturer shutdowns, reliance on foreign ingredients, and overprescribing. The FDA commissioner told Congress his agency needs better reporting when demand for certain drugs begin to spike.
There's a need for greater transparency into the supply chains of our medical products to both improve resiliency and ensure continued access for critical medical products.
For the Dwars, they were lucky. A nonprofit helped them get the drugs Ryan needed.
It's out of a lot of people's hands at this point in time. I think we need a systemic change.
The Biden administration has a team working on long-term fixes for the pharmaceutical supply chain. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, a girl abducted from Chicago in 2017 has been found safe in North Carolina. The latest on that story.
And in sports, Bangor Christian baseball is rolling to start the season, and one Patriot senior just made baseball history. We'll be right back.
Roman Reigns has set his sights on the tag team titles. Does this mean the reign of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is over? An all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
It's mayhem at Hanlon's Marine. Join us Thursday, May 18th through Saturday, May 20th for a 3-location open house and boat sale in Waterville, Belfast, and Hamden. Hanlon's Marine is New England's largest Yamaha outboard dealer. Get the best pricing and service on Godfrey and Bennington pontoons, Weldcraft, Alumacraft, and G3 fishing boats. Surf and ski with Mastercraft Stingray and Hurricane. Cruise with Jeanneau, Scout, Carolina Skiff, and Sea Chaser. All powered by the reliability of Yamaha. Don't miss the mayhem at Hanlon's Marine, Waterville, Belfast, and Hamden.
Here and now is when it matters most.
Heavy damage.
Not last month or last week, or 48 laps ago when that bumper fell off.
He's done.
Here is where it must be left on the track. The anger, the hunger, the passion, and the drive to do whatever it takes to make it across that finish line first.
Blow those rear tires off us, bud.
Now is when the future is written. In the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Moms and dads work hard to keep their babies healthy with lots of love, healthy foods, keeping clean, physical activity, and Vaccination, a key piece of the puzzle. Nothing protects babies better from 14 serious diseases by age 2. For more reasons to vaccinate, talk to your child's doctor or go to cdc.gov/vaccines/parents.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Last night was supposed to be a big night for the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle. She was among the honorees at the Women of Vision Awards in New York City. But instead of celebrating afterwards, she and her husband, Prince Harry, say they got into a car chase with paparazzi. Fox's Laura Ingle has that story.
A night of glitz and glamour takes a turn for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle and Markle's mother involved in what a spokesperson describes as a near catastrophic car chase involving paparazzi in New York City Tuesday night. It happened as the trio were leaving a charity event. According to their spokesperson, the incident lasted over 2 hours. There were multiple near collisions involving other drivers, pedestrians, and even 2 NYPD officers. Nearly half a dozen cars with blackout windows were reportedly involved, many reportedly driving on sidewalks, running red lights, and driving the wrong way on streets in order to get shots of the couple. The NYPD assisted the Sussex's security team last night, and in a statement they said the number of photographers made things challenging, but, quote, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex arrived at their destination and there were no reported collisions, summonses, injuries, or arrests in regard. When asked about the chase, New York City Mayor Eric Adams called it reckless and irresponsible.
It would be horrific to lose an innocent bystander during a chase like this, and something to have happened to them as well.
This chase, of course, brings up memories of Harry's mother, Princess Diana, who died in a car crash in Paris in 1997 after being chased by paparazzi. In the past, Prince Harry has been a vocal critic of the press, who he blames for his mother's death. The couple have also said through their spokesperson that while being a public figure comes with a level of interest from the public, it should never come at the cost of anyone's safety. In New York, Laura Ingle, Fox News.
After 6 long years of wondering whether his daughter was dead or alive, a father's worst nightmare is over. An Illinois girl abducted by her mother in 2017 has been found safe. Fox's Lauren Green has that story.
After 6 years of searching, the family of Kayla Undahan is celebrating. The little girl who was abducted at 9 years old by her non-custodial mother in suburban Chicago is back home with her father. According to police, the now 15-year-old and her mother were spotted at a shopping center over 700 miles away in Asheville, North Carolina. A retail worker reportedly recognized Kayla from an episode of Netflix's Unsolved Mysteries and called in a tip.
Family abductions are actually our second most common abduction type. In 2022 alone, we had over 1,200 cases.
Kayla's mother was later arrested, charged with child abduction, and held on a $250,000 bond. Kayla was picked up by her father just a day later. In a statement released by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, Kayla's father says he's overjoyed at finding her safe. He also asks for, quote, privacy as we get to know each other again and navigate this new beginning. Kayla was abducted in July of 2017. Over the years, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has released several photos of Kayla via age progression technology. One of those photos was featured on Netflix.
This is a perfect example of getting media engagement and getting engagement of the community.
The agency is now encouraging the public to stay aware of missing children and help search for them so more families can be reunited.
Our mantra is we never give up hope. We keep hope alive, and it's just another contribution to that mantra.
Kayla's mother, Heather, has since been released on bond. Her next court date is set for July. In New York, Lauren Green, Fox News.
And coming up, we have our full 5-day forecast. We'll see how long the chillier temperatures last.
Yeah, hopefully not too much longer.
Indeed.
Yeah.
If you're an overachiever and planted the garden already, covered up tonight, a freeze warning in effect this evening. More on that when I come back.
wherever you are. Whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Healing Hands Massage offers a variety of different massage techniques and services. Healing Hands Massage also offers spa services such as facials, body scrubs, and paraffin wax for the hands and feet. Are you looking for a day of relaxation? Healing Hands Massage offers outstanding packages at reasonable rates. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
Talk to me, I'll speak to you. Can you listen to the sound?
Call Jill.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe with America's best warranty.
Lease a Santa Fe for $249 a month or get 0% APR for 36 months or $750 bonus cash. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Say goodbye to lag times and death spirals with our crazy fast fiber internet. At GoNet Speed, we've dropped our prices on fiber. That means hello to fast fiber internet starting at just $49.95 per month. Or go up to 1 gig, that's 1,000 megabits per second, for only $69.95 a month. The lowest prices we've ever offered. No contract, no hidden fees, no joke. Visit GoNetspeed.com to check availability in your area.
Saturdays. Baseball's best are showing out. Swing and a drive! Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor. And let's start here. The temperature results are in from April, and April came back as the 4th warmest April on record globally. So that's land and ocean temperatures. And here we are on the map. So land and ocean temperatures, certainly lots of red on the map. Again, this is the 4th warmest April on record globally with those land and ocean temperatures. For us, though, today, well below average, right? 51 here in Bangor. 51 for Bar Harbor, 48 in Millinocket. Look at Greenville, a high temperature of 39 today. It will not be this cold tomorrow, but it will be a very cold night tonight. Right now, the winds out of the northwest are around 10 to 20 miles per hour. This will die down a bit tonight, thus that radiational cooling, and thus the advisories in effect for this evening. This is a freeze warning, so if you planted your garden or have sensitive plants outside, bring those in or cover those guys up because they will not make it through tonight with low temperatures in the low 30s across much of the area, and many of you could dip your toes in the upper 20s for low temperatures tonight. But if you want warmer temperatures, they're on the way. So this is the overall temperature trend for late May, and we're talking above average temperatures. In fact, there are 70s now in the 5-day forecast that could stick around for a while by the end of the week. Okay, so here we go. Out there today, lots of cloud cover, some sprinkles, and some flurries out there today. Here we are in mid to late May. I know, right? But this will quickly get out of here tonight. We'll have those below freezing temperatures this evening, and then a very nice recovery tomorrow as we'll bring in some sunshine throughout the day tomorrow, a more southwesterly breeze, and thus those warmer temperatures across our region. Here's our next weather system, though. It's right there. That will likely bring us a round of showers and maybe a few thunder showers late Saturday into Sunday. Until then, though, a very nice day tomorrow, also for Friday, before we have increasing clouds on Saturday and likely some rain by Saturday evening. Futurecast shows for tonight, looking at lots of clear skies out there this evening. A very nice day for us tomorrow, sunshine-wise. Temperatures back in the 60s. Here's tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock or so, looking good. And maybe a couple clouds in here early Friday, not a big deal at all. We'll call Friday partly cloudy before we get that front in here later Friday night and the early parts of Saturday. That will likely bring us a round of showers and storms on Saturday. Our forecast tonight, though, is lots of clear skies, still a bit breezy, low temperatures, so upper 20s a few locations. conditions to low to mid 30s in downtown areas. That west wind around 10 to 25. So again, a hard freeze is likely across many areas tonight. For tomorrow, all right, so lots of sunshine, breezy, warmer. Highs near 64 tomorrow with that northwest wind around 10 to 20. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows 60s tomorrow, upper 60s Friday, lots of sunshine. Saturday, that chance for rain, 67. And look, 70s are back in the forecast on Sunday. Beth?
All righty, sounds good.
So after a chilly day, 70s on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
All righty.
Well, sports is coming up next with Ryan Sudol. Stay with us.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Make this summer the summer of more fun and less worry with replacement windows from Renewal by Andersen. Now is the perfect time to call because we're having a Memorial Day sale with incredible savings on the most trusted family of window and patio door brands in America. Call for your free window diagnosis and begin your Renewal by Andersen signature service experience. A unique start-to-finish home improvement solution skillfully guided by Renewal by Andersen professionals. We're the best at window replacement because it's the only thing we do. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
When the future of humanity is on the line, a courageous crew of celebrities will go where none have gone before. Sort of. They must survive with no Wi-Fi, no oat milk, and no personal assistance.
Wait, what?
That means you, buddy. Stars on Mars. Launching Monday, June 5th on Fox.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount. Tonight's sports is brought to you by Herman Motor Company. Whether you're looking for a new vehicle or to have your current vehicle serviced or detailed, Herman Motor Company has it all.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start on the baseball diamond. The Bangor Christian Patriots have been on a tear to start the spring. They're 7-0, and just recently, one senior made baseball history. Tyler Cruz has the story.
I've been around baseball for 45 years. I've never seen anything close to it.
Start recognizing how the pitch is doing, and Jason was just on fire that one day.
I don't think even our team understood what they just saw. It's history.
In a 5-0 win over Stearns last week, Bangor Christian pitcher Jason Libby made baseball history. Not just in the state of Maine, but the history of the sport.
That's so cool. I mean, first from Maine, and then not many people from the state have done it, or the United States have ever done it, so that's super cool.
I've seen upper teens in strikeouts. I've never seen 20 plus, and I've never seen 22.
As you just heard, Libby threw a no-hitter, striking out 22 batters in 7 innings.
You know, everything was working. I was glad that, my control was feeling great. It was same as any other game, just coming in ready to pitch against a good team. During, the home stretch of things, the end of the game, I was feeling really good, really confident with myself.
Now, you might be thinking, 22-7, that math doesn't quite add up. But the only base runner allowed reached on a dropped third strike.
And the reality is it was a good curveball, it was a good block, it was at his feet. What are you going to do?
It didn't take long for both his coach and his catcher to realize, wow, Jason really has it going today.
I knew early on in the game when he started just pumping strikes, and I knew early on. I didn't want to tell him anything, so I didn't get in his head or anything like that.
And so then at that point, I'll own it. I don't say anything to anybody when somebody's doing that. I say nothing.
Now, Libby and Robert are 2 of 6 seniors leading the way for the 7-0 Patriots, who have been rolling to start the year. And so far, the recipe has been simple.
I mean, just pitching and defense. I mean, that's what coaches say, and we got a good field behind us and good pitching staff.
It just comes down to the basics, pitching, defense, and offense, and I feel like we've done pretty good executing all three of those.
And while the Patriots know they have what it takes to make a run, they also know they can't get ahead of themselves.
We recognize we're a good team, but we kind of, when it comes game time, we kind of throw it away and just realize this team could beat us today. So we just gotta. All that's thrown aside, we focus on the game.
It's like the last dance, we got a good bunch of guys here. I mean, we really want to win, and we really want it really bad.
In Bangor, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
That is just awesome. Thank you very much, Tyler. Okay, let's stay with some high school baseball now and go over to Dexter for some action. Tigers hosting the reigning state champs from Bucksport. Bottom first, Will Spratt up for Dexter. He lifts one to right center, and it gets down. Payson Reinhardt comes in to score, and after some trouble in the outfield, Caden Kimball scores as well. It's 2-0 Tigers. Top of the third inning, Bucksport's Eli Bennett with a fly ball, shallow center, and Ben Burgoyne comes in to make the sliding catch. Nice job by him. Watch a little shrug here. Anyways, bottom three, Kimball chops one towards third. Bryce Carner charging home. Brandon Eldon to Aiden McGuire. He is out at the plate. Nice defensive play from the Bucks. But later, it's Spratt again for Dexter. High fly ball into shallow left. That one is going to get down. Kimball comes around to score again to extend the Tigers' lead. They continue to roll and win it 7-1. Now let's go across the way to Dexter High, where the Tigers face the Bucks in softball action. Top of the fifth, Bucksport up 5-4. Jaden Tripp hits one hard towards third. Throw to first, not in time. That allows Sam Sear to score. It's 6-4. Same inning. Allie Hanscom now. She skies one out to center. Play cannot be made there. Allie Pickering and Tripp both score. Lead now 8-4. Bottom five. Maisie Peach for Dexter grounds one right to Natalie Simpson over to first for the out. But Abby Corson slides home to cut the Bucks lead. But then in the top of the sixth, Lily Chiavelli, a fly ball to center. That will get down. Sear will score from second to make it 9-5 Bucksport. Tigers would make a valiant effort in the end, but fall just short, 11-9. And finally, over to Coffin Field for some more softball. Brewer welcoming our friends from Mount Desert Island. Top second, MDI's Grace Horner at bat. She drills a line drive into deep left field. That'll score Gracie Parker and Grace's sister, Allie, to make it 2-0 Trojans. Bottom two, what a job from Addie Boyce as she strikes out the side to maintain MDI's lead. Upset in the making? Well, not if it's up to the Witches. Bottom six, 3-2. Sarah Young, a shot to deep center will change that. Emma Jamison scores the tying run, and how about Young digging for the triple? Two batters later, Jordan Williams laying down the bunt, Young charging home to score, and that would be the winning run as Brewer comes back to win this one 5-3. And now for some other scores from the area. Class C baseball, Central defeats Mattinacook 4-2. Class D baseball action, Bangor Christian 12-2 over PVHS. And then in an interclass matchup between A and B, Brewer beats MDI 10-5. And finally, in high school boys lacrosse, Brewer defeats Hamden over at Husson 6-5. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Tonight's Stock Report is brought to you by Loring Outdoors. We are looking for committed workers to build one-of-a-kind pack baskets. Head on over to loringoutdoors.com.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis keeps flaring, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When UC got unpredictable, I got rapid symptom relief with Rinvoq and left bathroom emergency behind. Check.
When UC got in my way, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when my gastro saw damage,
Rinvoq helped visibly repair the colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission, and a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastro about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Introducing Hood New England Creamery. Made with premium Hood milk and cream and overloaded with the good stuff. New England Creamery. From Hood for New England. Try all 13 flavors.
Grilling and playing yard games, stories and s'mores around the fire pit. Soak up every minute of the season with your friends and family. Enjoy it now and get up to 60 months no interest. Experience the fun at Jordan's.
I think this is it, guys.
When the Martins booked their Verbo vacation home, they really weren't looking for much. A patch of grass for Bruno, a pool for first-timers,
Don't worry, I've got you.
and time with each other. And when they needed support, someone was right there.
I got you.
Because what's unique about a Verbo is you can reach a real person in about a minute.
This is the USFL Dragons USDA Prime Time Football.
A North Dakota man has been indicted for the theft of an iconic piece of Hollywood memorabilia. A grand jury indicted Terry Martin on charges of stealing a pair of ruby red slippers. That's not the official wording of the charge. They were worn by Judy Garland in the 1939 classic The Wizard of Oz. Federal prosecutors say the shoes were stolen back in 2005 and recovered during an FBI sting operation in 2018, but no arrests were made at the time. Martin was indicted on one count of theft of a major artwork after he reportedly climbed through a window and broke a display case to get them at the Judy Garland Museum in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The shoes were at the location on loan at the time. Only 4 authentic pairs of the shoes used in the 1939 production are still in existence. The slippers were insured for $1 million at the time they were stolen. Martin has an initial court appearance set for June 1st.
Well, if you're looking to spruce up your wardrobe or your home, the University of Maine's Clean Sweep Sale may be the place to find exactly what you're looking for. People can rummage through lightly used items previously owned by students and buy them at a bargain. The annual yard sale takes place after UMaine students leave campus for the year. Clean Sweep Sale Coordinator Lisa Morin says the event fits the organization's motto, recycle, reduce, and give back.
We want to take all of the things they're not using that still have purpose and useful life and get them in the hands of somebody that can use them so that it's not being thrown away.
This Clean Sweep Sale takes place this Friday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Morin says the money raised from the event will go towards the university's food pantry and their student-run mentor and tutor programs, which support young children in the community.
Glenburn Middle School hosted a day of fun for some junior high schoolers from around the area at their Field Day with Friends program. They were joined by students from Center Drive School in Orrington and Dedham Middle School as they participated in multiple events in their own backyard. The students participated in sprinting, jumping, and obstacle course events throughout the day, giving them a chance to compete and bond with each other while stepping up to some healthy competition.
We have a population of students here who don't typically have these kind of opportunities, and it's just a great day for those students to have opportunities to meet other folks with similar interests, similar skills, and similar challenges to develop friendships.
And I've talked to some of the kids here, and they love it, they enjoy it, and it's just a good place to make friends and have a good community.
It's just basically about the fun, and it's about them being together, spending time with each other, recognizing that again, we all might be a little different, but we're all pretty much the same, and enjoying each other's company.
Superintendent Motory says that this is the first time the program has been held in Glenburn, and it's been a couple of years since the last Field Day with Friends due to the pandemic.
Meanwhile, the Greenville Police Department is seeking donations for an upcoming community event. Next month, police are teaming up with the Greenville Fire Department to put on a bicycle safety rodeo for pre-K through 8th grade students. However, a number of students don't own a bicycle, so police are asking anyone with spare bikes to donate or loan them so every child can participate in the safety training. The day will center around teaching safe riding practices, but police say they also hope to do a little bit more.
I know probably like most people my age, we didn't see officers in school growing up. I think it's important that they see us in a different light, not always just, in trying times or traumatic times, but they know they can come to us.
Police also plan to give away free bike helmets to students after the event, encouraging riders to stay safe after the day is over. To donate or loan a bike, you can reach out to the Greenville Police Department on Facebook or visit this story on our website for the link.
Well, the Special Olympics Spring Games were held at Hamden Academy today as athletes participated in a number of track and field events. Wendy Gilbert, who is chair of the event, says 500 athletes registered for a full day of athletic fun. Gilbert says the athletes have been training for their events for weeks and collected lots of ribbons over the course of the day.
Been running our track events, traditional track events, along with long jump, shot put, motor activities, 1K walk. So it's all been going on at once. We started early this morning at 9 a.m., 130 volunteers, a spectacular day in regards to it isn't raining, so that's great. But it's been wonderful to see everybody out here and have everybody back and have everybody going and not have any restrictions.
I love to see my friends competing each other, and I love to run.
This event and others held around the state serves as a qualifier for the state event, which will be happening in Orono the second week of June. Best of luck to those athletes.
And a super send-off for Special Olympians from Coney High School in Augusta. Take a look at this video. The athletes headed out today to compete in Special Olympics Maine's Spring Games for Kennebec County. Track and field events were taking place at Halldale School. And a big congratulations to all the participants and all the training that goes into that too. It's a lot of work. So just a big congrats and just really great to encourage all of that as well.
And certainly hats off to all the folks who give generously of their time to support those events, staff them, make sure the athletes have what they need.
And fundraise.
Definitely a huge effort there.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that is going to do it for us from everyone here at Fox 22 News. Take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.